Welcome, hockey fans, inside Skellefteå Craft Arena in Skellefteå, Sweden, as we get set for tonight's matchup featuring Skellefteå and Djurgården in game number 6 of this semifinal series as Djurgården looks to keep their playoff hopes alive and force a game number 7 back in Stockholm on Sunday afternoon. And there he is, the man to beat for Skellefteå, Johnny Ordio between the pipes. And on the other side of the ice, of course, it is number 39, Adam Riedeborn. Just about set to go here for puck drop on the first period of play. As the crowd here in Skellefteå Craft Arena already getting a chant going. Expect them to be a rowdy crowd here on a Friday night in Skellefteå, Sweden, as we are underway. Hogström playing this one over to his defensive partner, who throws this one up the ice. Tipped into the Skellefteå zone. Ordio playing this one around the boards, able to hold it in along the half boards. He'll play it down low. Petterström coming away with it as he'll retreat behind his net. No, he cuts out the close side and works it back the other way now. Petterström gains center, flips this one deep into the Djurgården zone. And now coming away with it is Pettersson in the corner now, as he tried to play that one out, but it gets deflected back to Hogström. Hogström from behind his own net will play this one to Lund. Lund slowly out of his own zone, back into his own end now to Pettersson, who retreats deep into his own end. Hogström back to Pettersson behind the net. Jasper Pettersson playing this one over to Marcus Hogström as this one gets slapped up the ice. Tipped into the Skellefteå zone, and first to arrive is Johansson in the corner. Johansson controlling along the end boards, getting some help now from his captain, Cal Riedewald, who's able to come away with it. Riedewald turns back towards the end boards, trying to center out front. That one harmlessly through the crease all the way back to the line, and now forced out to neutral ice. And Djurgården look to work it back into the offensive zone. Riedewald taking off the puck. He's able to move this one in deep for Michael Allen, who has his stick tied up. As Johan Allen is able to poke it away from him, Linus Lindstrom will play this one to the far corner. Holloway hustling over. Pinned against the boards there as Djurgården take it back in the offensive zone. Strandberg now along the half boards as this puck finds its way out to the neutral ice. Heads up play there not to touch the puck for Djurgården as they took a too many men on the ice call early in the game back on Wednesday night. Zerbom controls over to his defensive partner. Will throw this one up the ice into the offensive zone. Is Strandberg with the shot right on. And Sebastian Strandberg with the opening shot of the game. And a pretty decent opportunity as well. Beautiful outlet pass here from William Lagesson. Tape to Strandberg. And a clean look at the net. Johnny Ordio at the top of the crease, cuts down the angle, takes it right in the chest and holds on for the stoppage. And now Jonathan Davidson coming away with it from the corner. He'll cut down low, takes a heavy check, takes him off the puck. Posler able to take the body, and Tim Soderlund gets run over in the corner, frees up the puck for Posler, who plays this one behind the net for Jonathan. Jonathan controlling. Playing this one to the slot shot with Marcus with the shot, rather. As this one finds its way in low, and now coming away with it is Lindgren. As this one gets played out to neutral ice. The Davidson brothers, just as we saw in game number 5, actually playing with Posler rather than Johnson. Fjällby wraparound attempt harmlessly through the crease out to the half boards, now back to the line. Jonathan Pudas throwing this one in deep. Back to Pudas at the line as Skellefteå getting some control here in the offensive zone. That one hits a body, deflects to the corner. William Lagesson will play this one out to the blue line. Now back the other way, it's Daniel Brodin getting taken off the puck, but like I was mentioning, the Davidson brothers, who had been playing with Axel Johnson Fjällby all playoffs long, playing with Gustav Posler now as Axel Johnson Fjällby has been put on the line with Patrick Lund and Marcus Leung as head coach Robert Olsen trying to spark some offense in his team with some line matching, or with some line mixing rather. As this puck is won by Skellefteå, trying to work it back into the offensive zone. Marcus Leung controlling along his own inboards will play this to his defenseman rather. And now back the other way, controlled by Lindstrom. Over to Koska to Katic. Katic will throw this one up to Moeller as the top line for Skellefteå out there on the ice. Marcus Leung coming away with it in his own zone as he'll retreat behind his own net, throwing this one up the boards. And poked out to the neutral ice now, controlled by Par Lindholm. Lindholm, that one poked away from him, but he gets it back now, gains center and fires this one in deep. Hogstrom coming away with it in his own zone. Will hustle out to the blue line, sending this one up to Riederwald, who tips it into the Skellefteå end, and Linus Johansson will reverse back behind the net for Riederwald. Riederwald to the slot, but nobody could collect as it comes all the way back out and into the Djurgården zone. Alexander Urbom controlling now as he'll play this one off the end boards. Hogstrom playing this one to Riederwald. Riederwald in the corner will throw this one cross ice into the offensive zone, and he's going to be whistled offside as Bergfors just ahead of the play. We'll draw the whistle and we'll have a stoppage with just under 4 minutes elapsed here in the first frame. From the half boards now, Soderlund controlling. He'll fire this one in deep. Tim Soderlund, of course, the only goal scorer for Skellefteå back in game number 5. Pettersson from behind the net will look to start out now. Axel Johnson Fjallby dishing this one over to his defenseman, William Lagesson, who will play it back to Pettersson. Lagesson controlling now. Through the neutral ice, he'll gain center. This one gets tipped into the offensive zone. Lindgren coming away with it. Lindgren from behind the net. And now Nicholas Bergfors trying to collect in the corner as he's run hard into the boards there by Johan Alm, pinning it against the boards. Bergfors back to the line. One-time attempt right on, and Ordio with the blocker save as Djurgården did a good job in game number 5, doing exactly what we've seen them do already a couple times here inside the first 5 minutes, and that's really make it difficult for Skellefteå to move out of their own end. And they've had a couple of good bouts of sustained possession in the offensive zone already. Koska controlling now. He'll play this one over to Kadic. Kadic into the offensive zone. Will fire this one in deep. Lindstrom in the corner. Sending that one down low for Moeller, who sends it back to him. Moeller now controlling. Back to the line to Kadic. Kadic over to Koska. Koska sending this one off the end boards. Moeller coming, or rather Lindstrom coming away with it as he'll play this one back to Koska. Koska over to Kadic. Kadic with the shot. That one whistles up high as Riederborn able to get a piece of it with his shoulder, it looked like there, and angles it up over the glass for a stoppage. With 5:24 elapsed here in the first frame, scoreless tie. Face-off coming to the right of Riederborn. Leung facing off against Petterstrom. And now Lagesson controlling in the corner as this one will be played to Lund. Lund back to his defenseman, and now up the ice, intercepted and sent back the other way. Jesper Olofsson. Nice little poke check there by Lagesson as he'll move this back out to neutral ice. Gloved out of the air by Berglund. He plays this one to his defensive partner, plays it back to him now. Berglund splitting a couple of Djurgården players there, moving it back the other way into the offensive zone. That one softly onto Riederborn, who angles it aside into the corner. Now along the half boards, controlled by Lagesson as Djurgården will start back the other way. Long shoot in right onto Ordio, who will play to his defenseman Putis. This one will get fired in deep all the way around the boards. In the corner, this one will get sent back to Pettersson in his own zone. Pettersson, cross-ice pass, a little bit behind his intended target. As Johansson controlling in the neutral ice, stepping around his man at center, chipping this one over to the blue line. Can't gain the offensive zone, however, as Hogstrom controls now. Now into the offensive zone is Bergfors with the shot right on. Ordio with the save, had trouble with the rebound, however. Able to pounce on it and holds on for the stoppage. Strandberg not able to win this one back as Lindgren will ring it around the boards out to neutral ice. This one will get poked to the blue line, and now Wingerly trying to control in the offensive zone. Not able to, however. Djurgården taking it back at their own blue line. Bergfors dishing this one over just onside as well as this one gets sent in deep. Lindgren to the half boards as this one gets tipped and now collected by Lindstrom. Taken away by Strandberg, however, as he'll play this one to Bergfors. Cross ice pass. Taken on the backhand there by Hultstrom, as Hultstrom trying to cut to the slot, taken away from him, however, as he'll have to work it back the other way. Soderlund into the offensive zone, making moves. Tim Soderlund cutting to the front of the net and getting a good shot away. A little bit too tight in close, however, as Polzer works it back the other way. Out front for Davidson with the shot right on, and Johnny Orio with a nice left pad save as he denies Marcus Davidson in close. Some good end-to-end hockey going on right now as both teams with a good chance in the last 30 seconds. Jonathan into the offensive zone, now poked away from him, however. Polzer along the half boards trying to get it back. Koska will reverse behind the net for Lindgren. And now Lindstrom coming away with it, plays it back to Koska. Michael Koska in his own zone, trying to start out slowly here. And now through the neutral ice into the offensive zone is Olsen with the shot right on, as this one is deflected to the corner. Now a heavy check thrown there. Lefty fans hollering for a penalty. Referee right there, though. No call on the play as Lund will fire this one into the corner. Daniel Brodin into the offensive zone. He'll take out Johnny Ordio as the ref signals him to get back up. And now behind the net, Patrick Lund controlling. Back to the line. Augustin will play this one in deep for Brodin. Daniel Brodin behind the net as Djurgården pressuring here in the first period, trying to bank it off the back of Ordio there. From below the line was Brodin, and now some rough stuff after the whistle as Ordio getting mixed up in it. Brodin down on the ice with a lefty player on top of him. And there you see Brodin trying to angle it off the back of Ordio's shoulder. And you know what? Can't fault him for trying, especially against a goaltender like Ordio. You got to try your luck with any kind of option you find yourself with. Here we see the nice left pad save from Ordio, denying Marcus Davidson in tight. Neutralized face-off as this one finds its way into the lefty zone. This one will get slapped in. However, it's going to be an offside call going against Djurgården. And we'll have another face-off with 11:21 remaining here in the first frame. As this face-off will come all the way back inside the Djurgården end to the right of Radeborn. Holmstrom coming away with it behind the net. And this one will get played to Riederwald, who will throw this one cross ice. In center now, this one will get fired in deep all the way around the boards. Ordio from behind the net stops it up and leaves there for his defenseman, who will fire this one off the boards. And now back into the Djurgården zone. Pontus Petterström trying to turn on the Jets. Couldn't quite catch up with it, however, as Djurgården work it back the other way. Johansson falls down, but is able to get back up now. Koska taking it back in his own zone. Off the boards now, Philip Berglund controlling. He'll play it out to his own blue line as it's carried through the neutral ice. Now in the corner. Back to the line of Koska. Cross ice pass to Kadich with the shot. Riederborn with the blocker save. Bergfors along the half boards, and now coming away with it is Adam Pettersson. Holmstrom, or rather, all the way back to the line. Koska controlling now, over to Kadich. Kadich will fire this one in deep off the end boards. As Axel Johnson-Fjällby will carry back the other way, 2-on-2 into the offensive zone. Now back to Fjällby out front. He's going to be hooked to the ice. And it's going to be a hooking call here. Johnson-Fjällby drawing the penalty. And Djurgården will go to the man advantage for the first time this evening with just over 10 minutes to play in the first frame. A nice little give and go here between Johnson-Fjällby and Nicholas Bergfors. Johnson Fialbi, as we've seen so many times before, using his speed to his advantage. Djurgården 20% efficiency in the postseason on the power play. Skellefteå 86% efficiency on the penalty kill, as Lindgren coming away with it now, and Skellefteå will fire this the length of the ice. Holstrom now in the corner will look to start out of his own zone. Leaves there for Leung. Leung with speed through the neutral ice into the offensive zone, trying to dish this over to Lund. However, it's intercepted and sent the length of the ice. Henrik Hedda taking his man down. Hedda out front, jamming away at the side of the net. Redeborn with the save. Puck still loose in the crease. And he's able to cover up for the stoppage as Henrik Hedda with a good shorthanded opportunity, just banging away at it at the side of the net. Hoping to find a way through, but Redeborn holding strong against that close post. And we'll have a face-off in the Djurgården zone. Taking a look now at some stats so far in this one. Shots on net fairly evenly matched, 6-5 in favor of Djurgården. Missed shots 1-0 in favor of Skellefteå. There you see physicality already. 8 hits for Skellefteå, 6 for Djurgården. Expect that to continue straight through the end of this one. Face-off 6-4 in favor of Skellefteå. Of course, just the one power play opportunity for Djurgården, which is still ongoing. But at the moment, technically, Skellefteå have 100% penalty killing. And like I had mentioned, special teams didn't really play a factor in game number 5, despite the fact there were 4 power play opportunities, 2 apiece in the first period. But both these teams certainly need to be smart to try and stay out of the box as much as possible throughout this game. As this faceoff will be in the Djurgården zone. Coming to the left of Redeborn after Henrik Hedda created a nice shorthanded opportunity for himself, collecting off the inboards and just jamming away at it on the close side. Johansson, and now one back, Johan Alm. That shot hits a body out front, doesn't find its way through as Davidson will carry back the other way. Marcus and neutral ice will play this one back to center. Now Hogstrom playing this one over to Jonathan. Jonathan back to Marcus. Marcus controlling along the half boards, leaves the puck behind, gets it back. Back to the line to Hogstrom. Hogstrom over to Jonathan. Jonathan Davidson back to Hogstrom. Over to Marcus with the one-time attempt off the body out front. That one finds its way wide. Jonathan Davidson controlling along the half boards. He'll dish this one down low for Johansson. Back to Jonathan. Johansson over to Marcus from the dot. Back to the line to Hogstrom. Hogstrom over to Marcus with the one-time attempt. That one wide as well. Jonathan controlling as Djurgården continuing possession in the offensive zone. Hogstrom over to Marcus with another opportunity. As that one finds its way all the way around the boards, and Hogstrom will control at his own blue line and will turn it back the other way. Skellefteå in the midst of a change as this one is dished over to Cal Riedewald. Riedewald back to Jonathan Davidson. Down low for Johansson. Linus Johansson behind the net now. We'll dish this one over to the left side. Back to Johansson along the inboards. Now for Riedewald. Backdoor pass for Davidson, and Johnny Ordio with a save. Are you kidding me? As he absolutely robs Jonathan Davidson and holds on for the stoppage. My goodness, that might be one of the saves of the series. What a save by Johnny Ordio as he stretches to get the blocker on it, and Jonathan Davidson absolutely robbed of the opening goal with 8:26 to play here in the first period. Marcus Leung facing off against Pontus Petterström as Djurgården with 13 seconds remain on the man advantage won't be able to control. Skellefteå will work it back the other way. Shorthanded opportunity, 2-on-1. Henrik Hedda playing that one across. Just behind his intended target, however, as Djurgården work it back the other way. He'll be forced to turn back at center, however, as Pettersson plays this to Lagesson, who will throw it up the ice. Tipped into the Skellefteå zone. Back to 5-on-5 action. As Jonathan Davidson with the best scoring opportunity of the evening so far. Shot right on, big rebound out front, bouncing away. And Johnny Ordio able to hold on for the stoppage once again, as Djurgården with a couple of opportunities here over the last 60 seconds or so, but my goodness, look at this save from Johnny Ordio as that one bound for the back of the net, but Ordio able to get the blocker on it. And there you see the reaction from the bench. Yeah, pretty good save, pretty good save. 7:56 to play here in the first period. Face-off coming to the left of Ordio. Joakim Lindstrom controlling now. He'll play this one off the boards, and now Oscar Moeller. Sharp angle attempt. Reedborn easily able to steer that one aside. Puck finds its way back to the line, not out, however, as the lefty continue to control. Nice hit there, thrown there by Michael Allen. Frees up the puck as Djurgården works it back the other way, and this will be an offside call going against Djurgården. And now we have some stuff out, rough stuff after the whistle as Linus Johansson going after his man Cal Riederwald there as well. Now everybody will get in on it. Tom Nielsen going at it with Par Lindholm. And we'll probably have some coincidental minors coming out of this one, but it looked like something was said to Linus Johansson as he reacted. Michael Allen with a good check thrown there against Joakim Lindstrom. And it was Jonathan Pudas giving him an extra whack, and then Emil Hughes going after Johansson after he returned the favor. Michael Allen goes after Moeller. And we'll have some penalties coming from this. Well, I don't think we'll have any power plays. Face off in the neutral ice and will remain 5-on-5. Strandberg facing off against Pettersson. As Pettersson's able to cleanly win this one back. This one gets tipped into the Djurgården zone, or no, it doesn't. As it'll be an icing call going against the lefty with 7:25 to play here in the first frame. 0-0 the score despite Jonathan Davidson's best efforts. Absolutely robbed by the blocker of Johnny Ordio. Mark Kadich coming away with it now in his own corner. We'll look to work it back the other way. Intercepted, however. That shot right on, and Ordio with the blocker save. Strandberg trying to get it back off the boards. He's able to as he'll send this one down deep for Johnson Fjallby, who looked like he was going to center out front. Now he takes a backhanded opportunity. Bergfors with a whack at it. And Ordio easily able to cover up for the stoppage. As Djurgården continuing to pressure here in the first period. We'll get another look at this blocker save from Ordio, which, you know what? I said it might be the save of the series. That might be the save of the playoffs so far. Especially given the context of this series having been so tight. One goal can easily make a difference. And Johnny Ordio keeping this scoreless tie intact as that shot finds its way right on. As Pettersson lets a sharp angle attempt go, but Ordio with the save. Face-off coming to the right of Ordio once again. This will be whistled dead, and Marcus Davidson will be shown out of the circle. As this puck is won back to the far corner, Henrik Hedda will play this one all the way down into the Djurgården zone. As Pettersson collects in his own end. Jesper Pettersson playing that one back behind his net with a little bit of help there from Reederborn. However, a lefty trying to take it back. Getting away with it now as Gustav Posler gets drilled from behind. Davidson brothers able to work it back the other way. Marcus to Jonathan, who will send this one in deep. Posler from behind the net. Takes a check there as Henrik Hedda is able to come away with it. Now in the circle, drop pass. As this puck gets away from Davidson, gets some help, however, as Pettersson plays this one over to Lagesson. That shot hits a body. Lagesson gets it back. Back to Pettersson. High slot, fakes the shot, cuts to the top of the circle. That shot doesn't find its way on target. That one does, and Ordio with the left pad save. As the Davidson brothers can't collect, lefty will try to work it back the other way. This one gets lifted in the air out to center. Coming away with it is William Lagesson. This one gets played off the boards out to neutral ice and now swept in deep. Johnny Ordio from behind the net will leave there for his defenseman, who carries back the other way. Jonathan Putis now will gain center, fires that one right onto Riedeborn, and just squeezing that one with the arm. Will hold on for the stoppage with 5:52 to play here in the first frame. Seven assists so far for Jonathan Putis. Led all defensemen in the regular season with 10 goals. So not only a great playmaker, but he can also let him fly from the line. As this faceoff comes to the left of Riedeborn, Leung facing off against Moeller. Marcus Leung able to win this one back into his own corner. However, he'll have to take it back. Falk will play this one over to Urbum. Urbum in his own corner, taking off the puck. Now Urbum controlling. Up along the right side, Putis will love that one down and sends it over to Johan Alm, who will play this one up the boards and into the Djurgården zone. Alexander Urbum coming away with it. He'll take a hard check along the boards. Lunge. Cross ice pass to Brodin over his stick, however, as Putis playing this one back to Alm. Alm slowly retreating back into his own zone. Will send it up to neutral ice now as Sebastian Olsen can't control. Djurgården taking it back. From center, this one will get fired into the far corner. Johan Alm coming away with it. Bouncing puck. As this one gets played into the corner. Alm will play this one out to neutral ice. Now Johnson Pilvi will play this to Lagesson. Lagesson off the boards. All the way back into the Skellefteå zone. Koska playing this one to Kadic. Kadic back to Koska, as he'll play this one up to Soderlund. Tim Soderlund through the neutral ice, making moves. Djurgården taking back in their own zone, however. Nicholas Bergfors. Long shooting right on. Oreo makes the save up high as Johnson Fialbi takes a hard check along the end boards. Marcus Davidson along the half boards, stuck between his and Olsen's skate. And Djurgården able to take it back, but Skellefteå regain possession in their own zone as this one is lifted out to neutral ice. Hogstrom gloving it out of the air will collect and retreat into his own zone. Marcus Davidson playing this one back to Hogstrom. Stretch pass up the ice, tipped into the Skellefteå end rather. Behind the net now. Collected in the corner. Up to Holloway. On Holloway controlling, he'll sweep this one to the blue line, and now dumped into the Djurgården end. Pedersen coming away with it from behind the net. We'll play this one out to the half boards as this one gets poked out to the neutral ice. The team really able to get anything going here, but this one is intercepted, and that one is swept on target, and Ordio able to come away with a nice save. Just as I said, neither team able to get anything going offensively over the last couple minutes. Djurgården proves me wrong. And now coming away with it is Strandberg, who plays this one up to Michael Allen. It's the linesman there, but does clear the line. Urbum controlling now. Will play this back to his defenseman. As Lagesson now controls. Lagesson coming away with it as this one gets lifted into the offensive zone. That shot right on. Leung with a shot, not a great one, but Ordio with the save. One playing this one around the boards. Urbum collecting along the half boards as this one is forced in low. And this is going to be a hand pass going against Djurgården with 2:51 remaining here in the first frame, and so this faceoff will come out to the neutral ice. There you see the nice stick by Pedersen, but Allen with the turnaround backhanded shot right on target. Face off in the neutral ice now. Skellefteå comes away with it. Berglund will control in his own zone. Into the offensive zone now, carried by Lindholm. Sharp angle attempt off the side of the net. Or actually, no, I think that came off the blocker, perhaps, of Riedeborn, as this faceoff looks like it's going to stay in the offensive zone. with 2:36 to play here in the first frame. Comes off the top of the crossbar, rather. As Johansson will be waved out of the circle, replaced here by Michael Allen. Now all the way back into the Skellefteå zone. Right on target. Ordio will sweep it to Berglund. Lindholm coming away with it in the corner. Now centering out front. Intercepted by Djurgården as it's played hard off the boards, and Emil Hughes will control it in the neutral ice. Sends it over to Berglund. Now into the offensive zone is Lindholm making moves far. Lindholm, backhanded centering pass out front. Riedeborn able to cover up, however, before it poses much of a problem. But Lindholm with some nice moves into the offensive zone, creating an opportunity. As Riedeborn able to get the paddle on that one before it reaches anybody out front and covers up for the stoppage. And there you see Marcus Leung for Djurgården and Par Lindholm for Skellefteå, the top two scorers so far in the playoffs. Oscar Muller not far behind either. And Patrick Lund as well. So these two teams boasting 4 of the top 5 point getters so far in the playoffs. Marcus Davidson into the offensive zone. Still with possession of the puck. Davidson does a lap of the offensive zone, and Ordio able to make the save on that one. Tim Soderlund controlling at center, or at neutral ice now, as this one will be collected. And now Sebastian Olsson can't control as this one is kicked into the corner. From the half boards now, Soderlund able to control. Tim Soderlund will cut behind the net, out the other side, back to the line, back to Soderlund. Soderlund from the top of the circle will try and cut down low. He'll turn back to the half boards, now back to the line. Cross-ice pass to Jonathan Putis. Putis, top of the slot for Soderlund with the shot. That one hits a body out front. Soderlund able to get it back. Tim Soderlund controlling now from behind the net. As this one is played all the way around the boards, and now back to the line to Putis. Putis, cross-ice pass to Koska. Koska back to Putis. Putis with the shot. That hits a body, deflects wide. And now back to the line. Putis will throw this one in deep. Coming out front on the backhanded opportunity. Riedeborn with the save. Another opportunity on the rebound, and Riedeborn with a nice left pad save. Keeps this at a scoreless tie. And this will be an icing call going against Djurgården with 51 seconds to play here in the first period. As Skellefteå looking to break this scoreless tie late in the frame. Well, there you see one opportunity. 2 opportunities for Skellefteå, and Riedeborn standing tall and keeping those pucks out of the net. And now it looks like Djurgården is going to be forced to take a timeout here, as Alexander Urbom, who was on the ice during that icing, looks like he's injured after the play. And as you very well know, on an icing call, you're not allowed to change players. And he's basically saying you got to get back out on the ice. And instead, head coach Robert Olsen will elect to take a timeout. So a bit of an unfortunate circumstance there for Djurgården, as they burn their only timeout here in the first period. Tim Soderlund getting inspected by the trainer on the bench. As this face-off will come to the right of Riedeborn. This one's poked to the line, but Skellefteå able to hold it in as Lindholm plays it to Muller with the shot, hits a body, deflects all the way back into the Skellefteå zone. Koska coming away with it now. Playing this one to Lindholm as he loses the handle on the puck. Lindstrom back to Kadic in his own zone. Kadic back to Koska in the corner. So reverse for Kadic once again to Muller. Oscar Muller through the neutral ice, and now Lindstrom into the offensive zone. Lindstrom back to the line. Kadic with the shot. That one whistles up high into the meshing for a stoppage. With just 19 seconds to play here in the first frame We'll have a face-off coming to the left of Adam Riedeborn. With the stick of Patrick Lund out front. Clean win back to their own end boards as Djurgården control. Taken back by Skellefteå, however, sent to the line, but Emil Hughes forced back to the neutral ice. 10 seconds remaining as this one gets fired deep into the Djurgården zone. Adam Riedeborn leaves behind his net as this one is sent around the boards to Riedewald, and that'll do it for the first period of play. Time will expire, the buzzer will sound, and 20 minutes in the bag. 0-0 the score after 20 minutes, as this game, just as anticipated, tight and certainly a goaltender battle at this point, as both goaltenders making some great saves in that first period. Johnny Ordio especially with a beautiful blocker save on Jonathan Davidson. My goodness, look at that. Djurgården with 19 shots on net, and there's a great testament to how well Ordio played in that first period. 11 shots for Skellefteå, which, hey, not too bad, but my goodness, 19 shots on net for Djurgården. Missed shots 3-2 in favor of Skellefteå, hits 12-8, as this game is very physical so far. Faceoffs 14-8 in favor of Skellefteå. Just the one power play opportunity given in that first frame. There was some penalties after a scrum, however, it didn't result in a power play opportunity. Djurgården, however, weren't able to capitalize on the man advantage on 2 power play shots, and so Skellefteå with 100% penalty killing so far in this one. And like I mentioned in the pregame, both teams need to stay disciplined and responsible, because any man advantage could certainly end up costing them. That is for sure, as Skellefteå almost face off at center as Marcus Leung facing off against Pontus Petterström. As this one is sent back into the Djurgården zone, and Hogström will play this one out to center. And now Petterström coming away with it. Over to Eriksson along the left side. At center, he'll fire this one in deep. Adam Riedeborn playing it around the boards. And now 2 Djurgården players collide, but they're still able to move it out as Brodin plays this one to Lund. Lund retreating back into his own zone. He'll turn out now and head into the offensive zone. Lund, drop pass for Leung. That shot right on. Ordio easily able to steer that one aside. Excuse me, as this puck finds its way in the air. All the way back into the Djurgården zone as Lindström forces this one into the corner. Goes after the man rather than the puck, but gets it back now. Lindström dishing out for Moller out front, and that one hits a body and doesn't find its way on target as Nielsen pestered as he works it out to the neutral ice. Now coming away with it is Moller as this one gets played back to Kudus. Kudus controlling in his own zone now. Playing this one to Lindholm. Lindholm into the offensive zone along the left side. Shot right on. Riedeborn with the save. And that one is covered up as Moller goes hard in front of the net. And it looks like this faceoff is going to come outside the zone. Face off in the neutral ice. As Johansson will be waved out of the circle. And now Kadich controls. Playing this one up to the neutral ice. This one gets tipped into the offensive zone. Riedeborn coming away with it as Lagesson will control in the corner. Lagesson in his own zone will play this one to Erbom. Erbom playing this one off the boards out to neutral ice, and now controlling is Johansson. Johansson into the offensive zone, centering out front off the pad of Ordio, however, as Pettersson comes away with it, plays it to Mark Kadich, as Kadich will carry back the other way. Cross-ice pass into the offensive zone is Linus Lindström. He'll stop up in the corner. Now drops this one down low. Bud Holloway along the end boards. And Hogström coming away with it in the corner. We'll send this one out to the neutral ice. And we'll use controlling through the neutral ice into the offensive zone. That shot doesn't find its way on target, deflects to the far corner. Axel Johnson-Fjallby playing it to the end boards, and now coming away with it is Urbom, as Urbom will play this one to Bergfors. Bergfors into the offensive zone. Nice little drop pass top of the circle. Johnson-Fjallby can't get a good shot away, as Budis will control in his own zone now. And now Kadich will play this one back to his own corner. As Emil Hughes will play this one out to neutral ice to Soderlund. Hughes playing this one back to his defensive partner, who plays it back to him now. Into the offensive zone along the right side. Behind the net. Holmstrom taken to the ice, getting some help now from Lund. Or rather, Strandberg, as he'll play back to Holmstrom. Holmstrom dishing this one out to the neutral ice. This one gets tipped into the offensive zone. Wrong side of center, however. And so this will be an icing call going against Djurgården with less than 3 minutes elapsed here in the second frame. Face-off coming to the right of Riederborn. Strandberg falls down, but is able to force this one out to the neutral ice as the lefty backpedal into their own zone. Now played out to center. Lindholm can't control, but now it's collected by Lindstrom into the offensive zone. Drop pass for Moeller. Moeller can't get a shot away on the bouncing puck as that one finds its way over the net. Lindholm taking off the puck, and Lund will carry back the other way. Stripped of the puck, however. Lindstrom controlling from the circle. Sharp angle attempt right on, and Adam Riederborn with the nice save. As this top line for Skellefteå has gotten so much ice time already. And now Davidson back the other way for Johnson-Fjallby, who will dish this one down behind the net. Jonathan Davidson taken into the end boards as he's pinned there. Able to pin the puck, and now getting some help from Leung, who comes steaming in, but Mark Kadich is able to come away with it. And now Djurgården take it back in the offensive zone. Kick it out to neutralize themselves, however, as Lund playing this one up to Brodin. And Brodin gets taken down into the offensive zone. Kadich will reverse to the far corner all the way around the boards. And it looked like Alexander Folk took a high stick in the far blue line. No call on the play, however, as Skellefteå will work it back the other way. Lindstrom still out there on the ice, sending this one purposely wide. As this one from the line gets sent to the corner. Now that one out front finds its way wide of the net, all the way back to the neutral ice. And controlling now is Philip Berglund, who plays this one to Eriksson, who will throw it back to him. Berglund now sending this one cross ice to Pettersson, who will play this deep into the offensive zone. Volk in the corner now as this one poked to Leung along the half boards. Holmstrom coming away with it in the corner. He'll get taken down by Nielsen, or rather Falk. Skellefteå doing a good job holding the line right now, and this one is dished down low, all alone at the side of the net. Couldn't pull it out front, however. Two players wrapped up in the circle here as Skellefteå continue to control in the offensive zone, as Falk refusing to let Holloway stand up as the players separate now. And Riedewald will play this to the far corner. However, Skellefteå once again taking back possession. Sebastian Olsson now controlling. Back to the line. Cross-ice pass over to Johan Alm. Alm looking for the redirect out front from Olsson. And we've got a penalty upcoming here to Djurgården. Skellefteå with 6 skaters on the ice on the delayed call. Johan Alm into the offensive zone. Backdoor pass. And now this will be whistled down as Cal Riedewald will slap this one towards the empty net. And Skellefteå will get their first man advantage of the game. I believe this is going to be a hooking call against Tom Nielsen. Or Alexander Falk, rather, as he'll head to the box. And it's going to be right here against Olsson as he gets the stick right up in the midsection, right there. Either hooking or holding. Take your pick. And there you see Falk and Eriksson getting tied up, and then Falk's really not letting Eriksson stand up as this faceoff comes to the left of Riederborn. Djurgården immediately able to slap it down the ice to kill some time on this penalty. As Johnny Ordio controls from behind his own net, will play it around to Oscar Moeller, who controls in his own zone now, who's reverses back to Lindholm. Carl Lindholm now controlling. Drop pass back to Lindholm now through the neutral ice as lefty will look to get set up. This one gets played to Putis. And this one over to Lindstrom. Lindstrom from the top of the circle back to Putis. Over to Muller with the one-time attempt. Right on Riedeborn with the save. Rebound out front. Jimmy Eriksson scores as Riedeborn not able to hold on to the rebound. And Eriksson buries it on the man advantage and gives Skellefteå the 1-0 lead. Jimmy Eriksson, of course, playing overtime hero in game number 1. Gets the 4th goal of his postseason. And the initial one-time attempt by Muller. Nice save there by Riedeborn, but just couldn't hold on to that rebound. And quick hands there from Eriksson to pull it to the forehand. Not much Riedeborn could have done about that one. So Skellefteå open up scoring here with just under 6 minutes elapsed in the second frame. And there we see special teams making an impact in this one. Holmstrom controlling as this one is played to Pettersson, who will give it up in the neutral ice to Linus Lindstrom. He'll fire it in deep, and now Holmstrom coming away with it, stopping up behind his own net, looking for an opportunity to break out. As Pettersson will play this one back to Holmstrom. Holmstrom, cross-ice pass up to Fjallby with the moves, but he can't step around his man as he gets taken down along the half boards. Puck is moved in deep. Bergfors coming away with it. Nicholas Bergfors along the inboards. And now back to Strandberg, who will send this one off the inboards. Big rebound out front. Johnson, Fjallby wraparound opportunity. Fjallby on the doorstep, and Ordio with another great save. Are you kidding me? As Johnson, Fjallby looking to even things up at 1, and Johnny Ordio able to get the glove on it, somehow keeping that puck out of the net. And we've got a penalty upcoming here. Rest's arm is raised. Let's take a look at this replay, though. Is this save as good as I think it is? And that, I think, is going to draw the penalty as Fjallby got decked out front. But Johnny Ordio caught out of position. Johnson, Fjallby. Great camera work there. But that one somehow stays out of the net, and then Ordio coming across. Let's get the aerial view here as that one is swept off the skate of Ordio right along the goal line, basically. And then, oh my goodness, what a glove save. Johnny Ordio just playing out of his mind. That's 2 unbelievable saves from Ordio so far in this one, as Djurgården is going to get a power play opportunity here. They'll look to tie things up. Back to the line. Now Leung controlling. Dishes down low for Posler. Used off Posler, poked off the puck as this one will get swept all the way down the ice. Linus Hultstrom up along the left side. Drop pass for Hultstrom at the line as he'll work this one down low. Hultstrom still with possession of the puck behind the net, will dish to Leung and head back to the blue line. Marcus Leung to the circle to Lund, back to Leung. Leung from the top of the circle, back to Hultstrom at the line. Sending this one over to Posler with the shot. That one rips just wide. Leung controlling as he'll play it to Lund now. Patrick Lund drop for Leung. Leung down for Posler, looking to reverse in front of the net. Posler still within possession of the puck now in the corner from the half boards, top of the circle, down low for Posler. Posler over to the half boards to Bergfors. Bergfors back to the line to Hultstrom. Hultstrom over to Leung. Leung from the dot back to Hultstrom with the one-time attempt, hits a body out front. And now an opportunity, shorthanded back the other way for Skellefteå into the offensive zone. It's Wingerly. Andreas Wingerly with the toe drag, and he breaks his stick. As Djurgården head back the other way. Skellefteå shorthanded with a good scoring opportunity. Unfortunately, Wingerly breaking his stick. Not too sure if he got slashed or what there, but Leung can't control as Skellefteå will now, as this one is played off the boards out to the neutral ice. Taken back by Hultstrom, who plays it to Marcus Davidson, who gives it up to Pontus Petterstrom. Recovering, however, as he takes Petterstrom out of the play. Well, Skellefteå with good shorthanded forecheck here. As Jonathan Putis recovers, he'll play back to his own defensive partner, who will fire this one down the ice. Par Lindholm controlling. We're back to 5-on-5 action as Pettersson steps out of the box. Joachim Lindstrom controls. He'll dish down low. Slapping this one all the way around the boards and now out to the neutral ice. Davidson into the offensive zone along the right side. Finds the trailer with the shot right on, and Ordio with the blocker save sends it up and over the glass for the stoppage with 11:05 to play here in the second frame. Well, there you see a great opportunity created by Wingerly. And he does get a bit of a slash there from Marcus Leung, which breaks the stick. No, it's not actually the slash. It looks like the contact with Patrick Lund's shin pad that snaps the stick. And that did look like just a good stick check there from Marcus Leung. Not too heavy of a slash, just enough to throw off Wingerly. As Djurgården controls that shot just wide. And now Skellefteå will work it back the other way. Lindholm into the offensive zone. Draw pass for Moeller. Oscar Moeller lets the shot go. Adam Riedeborn with the save. And now we've got a penalty upcoming here. It's going to be Hogstrom, I believe. And Hogstrom can't believe it as he'll go to the box. And Skellefteå, after capitalizing on their first man advantage, will get another opportunity here in the second period. And this is what I talked about in the pregame. Being responsible in this game, not making any stupid penalties, and I wouldn't exactly call that a stupid penalty, but certainly one that he could have done without. As Skellefteå will get another man advantage. Here we see the opening goal. Rebound given up by Riedeborn, and Eriksson quick hands to pull it to the forehand and bury it just on the inside of the post. Skellefteå with their second man advantage. And a face-off to the left of Riedeborn. As Davidson and Lindholm moving in a little too early. Clean win for Skellefteå. Well, with his stick tied up, they're able to play back to the line. Jonathan Putis controlling now. He'll play this one to the slot. Back to Putis at the line. Skellefteå getting set up. Moeller with the one-time attempt, and he scores. Oscar Moeller with a howitzer from the top of the circle. Finds the back of the net with just 10 seconds elapsed on the man advantage. And Skellefteå take a 2-0 lead here in the second frame. What a shot, an absolute rocket from Oscar Moeller. His second point of the game. And like I had mentioned, Djurgården had done a great job over the last few games keeping this top line in check. But two power play opportunities capitalized on early by Skellefteå, as the first one took less than 30 seconds, I believe, and this one taking just 10. Bit of a fluttering puck on the way to the net, and Riedeborn just can't track it down. Looks like it goes through cleanly, uncontacted, undeflected. And Riedeborn just can't track it down, as Moeller gives Skellefteå the 2-0 lead with 10:37 to play here in the second frame. Hogstrom controlling now. He'll play this one over to Pettersson. Pettersson off the boards, out to the neutral ice. Bergfors tips this into the offensive zone, and now Strandberg coming away with it in the corner. Bergfors can't come away with it as Skellefteå will work it back the other way. Djurgården able to hold it in, however, as it gets sent deep. Berglund in the corner will play this one out to the neutral ice. Bouncing puck all the way back into the Djurgården zone. Pettersson stretch pass up the ice to Strandberg, as this one finds its way into the corner. Skellefteå able to work it back the other way here, and Djurgården have to be careful not to allow another goal, because 3-goal lead for this Skellefteå team would be all but game over for Djurgården, in my opinion, with the way Ordio has been playing. And Skellefteå does have a bit of a habit of scoring very quick back-to-back or even 3 goals in quick succession. As we saw in Game 2, they scored 4 goals in less than 2 minutes. And so Djurgården really have to calm things down and try and get one back, as the next goal of the game is going to be very important. Shots on goal 23-17 in favor of Skellefteå. Missed shots 6-4 in favor of Djurgården. Hits 16-11 in favor of Skellefteå. Face-off 17-14 in favor of Skellefteå. 3 power play opportunities, 3 power play shots for Skellefteå. And 2 power play goals, of course. 2 power plays for Djurgården, 3 power play shots. Not able to capitalize on the man advantage, however, as Skellefteå with 100% penalty killing so far. As we are set to resume, well, I think that little power break that happens after the 10-minute mark in the periods came at the right time for Djurgården, of course, as back-to-back penalties, back-to-back goals. Certainly needed a bit of a timeout to kind of settle things down, as they were forced to burn their timeout in the first period on an icing call that saw Alexander Erbom forced to go to the bench. There you see, it does look like it gets through untouched. It might take a slight deflection off, well, the backside of Alexander Falk. No, it doesn't. It just gets cleanly through and beats Riedeborn short side. Erbom controlling behind his own net now, playing it up along the left side. He'll stop up and now look to work back the other way, dishing over to Lagesson, who will play this one off the boards and now into the Skellefteå zone. Top of the circle, shot right on, and Ordio with the save as Posler looking to cut the lead in half as that puck is deflected up and over the glass. And this faceoff will remain inside the Skellefteå zone. Djurgården fans, as this faceoff will come to the right of Ordio. Clean win all the way back into the neutral ice and now into the Djurgården zone. As Lagesson controls on his own end, will fire this one up the ice. Allen playing this one over to his captain Riederwald. Cross ice pass, deflected back to the line. That shot finds its way wide of the net. All the way around and back to the neutral ice as Riederwald plays it back into his own zone. As Hultstrom will throw this one up to Allen. And now Berglund coming away with it. Philip Berglund turning away from his man. He'll fire this one up to Wingerly. Tipped into the offensive zone, now drop pass, shot right on, and he scores. Oscar Moeller with his second of the period gives Skellefteå the 3-0 lead. And this is now going to be a very difficult game for Djurgården. It is going to be very hard for them to come back. And really, they need to stop the bleeding right now, because Skellefteå could easily score at least one, two more before the end of this second period, as they have absolutely come alive here in the second frame. 2 opening goals on the man advantage, and then Wingerly with a nice individual play just drops that for Moeller through the legs of Nielsen. But not only that, but that nice little tip into the offensive zone, and then just a one-touch pass to Moeller, pulls it to the forehand and snipes that one top corner against Riedeborn. And I'm wondering whether or not we'll see Joakim Eriksson come in between the pipes to replace Riedeborn. Collected in the corner. This one will get swept around the boards and now played out to the neutral ice all the way back into the Djurgården zone. Hustling to catch up with it is Moeller, not able to, however, as this will be an icing call going against Skellefteå with 8:27 remaining here in the second frame. 2 goals and an assist for Oscar Moeller so far. He takes sole possession of the point lead now in the postseason. 12 points. Marcus Leung's got 11, and Par Lindholm has 10. Nicholas Bergfors. They will win this one back to Hogström with the shot. That one whistles wide all the way around the boards, and Pettersson will dish this one down into the corner. Sharp angle attempt right on. Ordio with the save. As this one finds its way to the top of the circle, Pettersson able to poke it to Bergfors. Will play this one down low for Strandberg. Strandberg along the end boards now. The lefty trying to come away with it. Bergfors able to control from the half boards back to the line, intercepted by Lindstrom and sent out to neutral ice. Logberg controlling as he'll play this one over to Pettersson. Pettersson up the ice. This one gets tipped into the lefty zone. Ordio will elect to cover up there, not taking any chances. He'll hold on for the stoppage. As Oscar Moeller contributing on all 3 goals here this evening. 2 of which, of course, he scored himself. And he also takes possession of the goals scored in the playoffs. 7 as Storm, Holtstrom, Fjallby, and Lindholm all with 5. But this top line of Skellefteå have come alive here this evening. This puck finds its way all the way back into the Djurgården zone, right onto Riederborn, so no icing on the play. This one gets tipped out to the neutral ice, and coming away with it is Johan Alm as he'll play this one to Olofsson, who dishes into the offensive zone, collected by Pettersson, but stripped of the puck. This one gets played off the boards out to neutral ice, all the way back into the Skellefteå end. Not enough for icing, however, as Berglund will play this around for Hughes. Coming away with it is Pontus Pettersson. Will fire that one into the Djurgården end. Olofsson coming away with it as he'll reverse back to the other side. And now Hughes controlling. He'll dish down low once again. Olofsson collecting along the end boards. Will play this one back to the line. Cross ice pass over to Emil Hughes with the shot. That one deflects up high off his stick. And we'll have a stoppage and a face-off in the Djurgården end with 6:45 to play here in the second period. Face-off coming to the right of Riederborn. And now Wingerly coming away with it. Andreas Wingerly. Fence entering out front for Soderlund. Couldn't get a good shot away, however, as Soderlund comes away with it in the corner as the lefty. Look for more, and Soderlund scores. He absolutely roofs it. That's Tim Soderlund in tight from a sharp angle. Somehow beats Adam Riederborn, and you know what? I think that is Adam Riederborn's night done. 4 goals. As the lefty, you do it again. They just have a habit of scoring lots of goals in a short amount of time. Look at this shot by Soderlund. So perfectly placed. Has just a little bit of daylight to look at and finds the back of the net. Insult to injury as Riederborn takes a skate in the face after he gets scored on there. And it does look like Riederborn will remain between the pipes. This puck is played out to neutral ice, and Pettersson coming away with it. Like I had mentioned 2 minutes ago when they made this game 3-0, very likely that Skellefteå would score 1, maybe 2 more goals in this period. They have scored the one with more than 6 minutes to play. And so this period far from over for Djurgården, and this game could get a whole lot worse if they don't settle things down here quickly. But a beautiful placed shot just up and over that left shoulder of Riederborn. As the lefty, you absolutely come alive here in the second frame. Face-off coming to the right of Ordio. And now Johan Alm will retreat behind his own net, playing this one hard off the boards out to the neutral ice. And now Hogstrom controlling in his own zone. This one will get tipped into the offensive zone for Djurgården as Bergfors first to arrive at the puck will bring this one behind the net. Jonathan Kuda is able to collect from behind his own net as he'll start back the other way, dishing this one up to Lindstrom, or rather Pettersson. And this is going to be the late offside here from Skellefteå. As this one will get played up softly out to the neutral ice. Johnson Fjallby into the offensive zone from the slot, from the top of the circle. It's a shot go, big rebound out front. That shot finds its way Off the blocker, it looked like a Vordio, as Djurgården looking to find the back of the net for the first time this evening, but Johnny Ordio has just made that basically impossible for them so far in this one. He's had 2 absolute highlight reel saves so far. As Skellefteå just over 25 minutes away from advancing to the SHL final. As this one will get sent in deep, centering out front. And now Lagesson can't collect the bouncing puck, and now a 2-on-1 back the other way. Soderlund with Wingerly. Tim Soderlund toe drags, lets the shot go, and Riedeborn with a nice blocker save. As Johansson will dish this one out to the neutral ice, and now Skellefteå able to come away with it. Wingerly will fire this one into the empty corner. Big rebound off the boards. Soderlund can't control as Johansson will play this out to the line, and now poked all the way back into the Skellefteå zone. Kadich out to the neutral ice. Olofsson gloves that one out of the air as he'll control along the half boards. Jesper Olofsson in the corner. As he'll center out front off the stick of Riedeborn, who will hold on for the stoppage, and Henrik Hedda and Jesper Olofsson out front, exchanging pleasantries. Well, there you see Lagesson fanning on the bouncing puck. And then Soderlund and Wingerly on the 2-on-1. Soderlund, nice little toe drag around the defenseman. Well-placed shot as well, but Riedeborn able to get a piece of it with the blocker. Keeps it out and tries to stop the bleeding that has occurred here in the second period for Djurgården. Face-off coming to the left of Riedeborn. Clean win back to the corner. Alexander Folk controlling. Tom Nielsen now gets hammered hard into the end boards there, because Gustav Poser comes away with it. He's pestered into the boards here by Olofsson. Patrick Lund. And now Marcus Leung will work it back the other way. Patrick Lund now into the offensive zone, trying to dance around his man. Gets it in deep, and now Lund trying to control behind the net. As he's held up there by Pontus Pettersson, Lund able to come away with it. Lund now turning back towards the corner, playing this one for Pulser. However, it's intercepted. Pulser able to take it back in the corner now. Gustav Pulser centering out front, tipped all the way to the line, and now out to center ice as Djurgården will try to work it back the other way. Delayed offside here for Djurgården as they'll be forced to touch up. And now Skellefteå will work it back the other way, up along the left side. This one will be sent in deep. Hogstrom controlling from behind his own net now. Over to Pettersson, who will bang this one off the boards, and now Davidson will send this one to Hogstrom. Davidson sending this one into the far corner. Berglund off the boards, and now out to neutral ice. Holmstrom up to Jonathan Davidson, who tries to feather it over to Johansson. Bouncing puck in the Skellefteå zone, collected by Skellefteå now as Emil Hughes trying to send it out. However, it hits Davidson. Hughes gets it back along his own half boards. Taken back by Johansson, but Oscar Moller able to send it out to neutral ice now. Linus Lindstrom sending this one in deep. Riedeborn will angle it over to Hogstrom. Hogstrom looking to start out of his own zone. Will fire this one out to the neutral ice, and now a bouncing puck. It's played out to center. Up along the left side into the offensive zone, looking for the trailer Berg force. However, that one is banged to the line, and now forced out to the neutral ice. Coming away with it is William Lagesson, who will throw this one out to center. As Bergfors still controlling in the neutral ice. He'll gain the offensive zone and fires this one in deep. Jonathan Putis ringing it around the boards, and now a long shot right on. Ordio with the save. Can't control the rebound, but it does find its way back to the line, but not out. As Spud Holloway controlling in his own zone will play this one to Putis. Jonathan Putis from behind his own net. He'll play over to the corner, and now Soderlund through the neutral ice. That one is up to Linus Lindstrom, who tips it into the offensive zone. Lagesson in his own corner will try to come away with it. However, it gets forced down deep, and now Marcus Davidson will play this one up to Jonathan. Jonathan firing that one right onto Ordio, who will glove it out of the air and will hold on for the stoppage with 1:24 remaining here in the second period. Henrik Eriksson and Michael Koska going at it as Koska has Eriksson in a headlock here. Linesman right there to separate the two. Koska not letting go, however. Four goals in the second period here for Skellefteå, as they have absolutely come alive and look poised to advance to the SHL Championship Series. Face-off coming to the right now of Ordio. Coming away with it is Skellefteå, as they've got numbers through center. It's the top line into the offensive zone, or rather, no, it's not, as Henrik Hedda throws that one on target. Pinned against the boards here. Hedda can't come away with it. This puck back to the line. And a long shot right on, and Riedeborn with the save, as that one looked like it took a deflection. But Riedeborn able to squeeze it under that right arm and holds on for the stoppage with just 55 seconds remaining here in the second frame. As the Skellefteå fans have been treated to quite the second period from their team. From the corner now, he'll send this one around to the opposite corner. Djurgården with time, a little bit of time and space here, try to work it back the other way. This one gets sent out to neutral ice and now into the Skellefteå zone. Lindstrom landed off the boards for Hughes, who gets hammered hard into the corner boards there by Allen. This one gets swept in deep. Jonathan Pudas takes a heavy check there from Allen, who's able to free up the puck, sends it out front. Finds its way behind the net now, however, as Skellefteå pinned in their own zone at the moment. Puck along the end boards, and now this one's sent to the circle, back to the line. As this one will be sent over to Nielsen. Tom Nielsen back to Cal Riedewald with the shot right on, and Johnny Ordio with the save. He'll hold on for the stoppage with just 11 seconds remaining here in the second frame. As Djurgården perhaps with one last late opportunity if they're able to get a clean face-off win. Face-off coming to the left now of Riedeborn. Strandberg with the turnaround shot, deflection right on, rebound out front, banging away at it is Johnson Fjallby, and Ordio will hold on for the stoppage as Axel Johnson Fjallby with a couple of opportunities on the rebound, but once again Ordio standing tall and holds on with just 2 seconds remaining in the second frame. Strandberg with the initial turnaround shot. Nice deflection by Johnson Fjallby. Backhanded opportunity right on, and then he had another whack at it as Johnson Fjallby with 3 shots on net in a span of about 3 seconds. As this puck finds its way all the way back to the neutral ice, and that will do it for the second period of play, which was a big one for Skellefteå. They strike 4 times, carry a 4-0 lead into the third period, and are 20 minutes away from advancing to the SHL Championship Series. Taking a look now at our second period stat card. Shots on net 14-9 in favor of Skellefteå, so not only did they do a good job cutting down Djurgården's opportunities, which saw them put 19 shots on net in the first period, Skellefteå also getting more shots than they did in the first as well. So missed shots 6-2, hits 8-5, face-offs 14-9 in favor of Djurgården. 2 power play opportunities, 3 power play shots, 2 power play goals. So 100% power play and 100% penalty killing for Skellefteå in that second period. Let's take a look now at full game stats. Lots of shots on goal for both these teams as Djurgården 30 shots on net through 2 periods of play. Skellefteå with 25. Both goaltenders absolutely peppered in this one, but Johnny Ordio playing so well has held out all opportunities for Djurgården. Hits 18-16 as The physicality in this one continues. Face-offs 24-22 in favor of Skellefteå. 2 power play opportunities apiece, 3 power play shots apiece. And Skellefteå, like I'd mentioned, 100% power play, 100% penalty killing. As we are good to go, Pontus Petterström facing off against Marcus Leung. As this one will be sent off the boards all the way around, and now Patrick Lund can't control as Skellefteå force it back out to neutral ice. Hogström will throw this cross ice for Pettersson, who will play it back to him now in their own zone. Hogström in the corner. Throwing this one up to the blue line, coming away with it as Poser will play this over to Lund. Lund can't control as Skellefteå turn it back the other way. This one will get fired in deep, and now Hogström from behind his own net will stop up. Hogström playing this to the corner. And now gets it back in his own zone as he'll play it to Johansson. Johansson up along the right side into the offensive zone. That shot right on. Ortio easily able to glove that one out of the air and holds on for the stoppage. And although Ortio isn't going to get beat by shots like that, I do think Djurgården really just need to throw everything that they can whenever they get a chance. Right onto Ortio, hope for a deflection, a rebound, or a bit of a lucky bounce out front. Because right now they just have not been able to solve Ortio in this game. Back to the line, controlled. That shot finds its way off a body, deflects to the half boards. Coming away with it now is Lindstrom in the corner, as he'll play it in front of his own net. And now Jonathan Pudas trying to work it back the other way. Cross ice pass, gloved out of the air, but sent back into the Djurgården zone. As Djurgården controlling now, Nicholas Bergfors. Playing this one up along the right side. Taken away from him by Bud Holloway, however, as Holloway works it in deep. Will play it down low for Pettersson. Pettersson in the corner. Playing this one around the boards. And now Linus Lindstrom from the half boards, top of the circle. Pettersson with the shot right on. And Reborn takes that one right in the chest and will hold on for a stoppage. With less than a minute and a half elapsed here in the third period. Corner now controlled by Folk, as this one will get worked back the other way. Cross ice all the way back into the Skellefteå zone. This will be an icing call going against Djurgården, as this face-off will come all the way back in their own zone. And here we'll see some examples of the great play from Ortio tonight. First period right there. This game could be completely different had he not made that beautiful blocker save, and then absolutely robbing Johnson Fjallby at the side of the net. As 2 highlight reel saves from Ortio tonight. Those aren't his only good ones, however. Those are just the ones that really stand out. Bergfors controlling along his own half boards now, but it's poked at the line, and Alexander Falk will play it back the other way. Strandberg into the offensive zone as this one is taken back by Skellefteå as they'll lift it out to neutral ice. And now hustling to catch up with it is Sebastian Olsson, cutting out front. Olsson can't get the shot away. Good play there by Nielsen to poke that away from him as he looked like he was going to pull it past Reborn. As this puck finds its way back into the Skellefteå zone, Johnson Fjallby accelerating to catch up with it in the corner. He takes a check there from Berglund, getting some help now from Emil Hughes as Johnson Fjallby will poke this one behind the net. Petterström coming away with it. Pontus Petterström playing this one back to his defenseman as Emil Hughes looking for a breakout pass. Playing this one to Berglund. As Berglund will fire this one cross ice, tape to tape, long shot right onto Reborn, who will hold on for the stoppage. With 2:34 elapsed here in the third period. Sebastian Olsson will see if it wasn't a poke check, it was just a good stick check there from Nielsen as Olsson just couldn't corral that puck as he tried to pull it around Reborn. Back to the line. Long shot, purposely wide off the end boards, comes out the other side. And now this one will get reversed behind the net. Pettersson coming away with it. Playing this one to Lagesson. Lagesson out to the neutral ice as Pudas will play this one in deep. Reborn stopping that one up behind his net. Now Pettersson playing this to Lagesson. Into the corner now is Pettersson, back to Lagesson. Lagesson up to Leung. However, it's turned over, and Oscar Moeller looking for the hat trick. Can't get a shot away. Djurgården back into the offensive zone. Brodin can't control as Par Lindholm will play this one behind the net to Pudas, who stops up. Lindholm will be whistled offside here as a couple of his players moving in before the play, and we'll have a face-off in the neutral ice. In the neutral ice now as this puck gets played back to the blue line and now tipped in to the Djurgården end. Strandberg able to take it back, however, as he'll retreat behind his net to collect, or no, Hogstrom is there to collect. As Hogstrom turning away from his man. We'll play this one over to the far corner and now into the offensive zone. Offside, however, as this face-off will come back out to the neutral ice. Philip Berglund with the top plus-minus so far in the playoffs. Friedrich Lundgren and Oscar Moeller also in the top 5. Scramble draw to the right of Riedeborn, collected by Jonathan Davidson. Davidson playing this one to Johnson Fjellby. It's behind him, however, as he's able to collect, and now feathers that one out front, finds its way wide of the net. Now Jimmy Eriksson, will play this one behind the left net. As Linus Lindstrom sends this one out to the neutral ice, and Jonathan Davidson sends it back to his defenseman as Hultstrom controls. Hultstrom, cross ice pass to Marcus. Marcus back to Hultstrom. Hultstrom will play this one over to Hogstrom. Hogstrom turn back in his own zone. As this one is given up at the line, Olofsson with the shot, and Riedeborn with the left skate save, as that would look like it came off the blade of his skate. And now Djurgården back the other way. He'll gain center, fire this one in deep all the way around the boards. Hustling to catch up to it. He's able to play it back out to center. And coming away with it is Pettersson, who plays this to Lagesson. Lagesson up the ice, intercepted by Hughes. And now into the offensive zone. It is collected by Sebastian Olsson. Olsson in the corner, controlling now. Playing this one behind the net. Lagesson comes away with it. And now Young gets taken down in the neutral ice. Koska coming away with it, will reverse behind his own net to the opposite corner to Hughes. Hughes, cross-ice pass back to Soderlund, who's hustling to catch up with this one. And he goes hard into the boards there. Soderlund down hard in the Djurgården zone as they'll work it back the other way. Alexander Folk with the heavy shot right on, and Ordio with the save. As this one will get played out to the neutral ice, and Soderlund just evacuating the zone there as he is slow to the bench, as that would be a devastating loss for Skellefteå if he is injured. As this one gets kicked into the offensive zone by Nielsen. Can't control down low. As Skellefteå will look to work it back the other way. Neutral ice, he'll gain center, firing this one into the corner. And now coming away with it is Lindstrom with the turnaround shot off the body and deflects to the end boards. Hogstrom gives it up, however. Johnson Fjellby able to collect now as he'll try to work it back the other direction. Axel Johnson Fjellby at center will flip this one deep into the Skellefteå zone. Neil Hughes in the corner. Now Lindstrom from his own half boards will force it back out to neutral ice. No further than center as Djurgården tries to gain the line. Augustin taken down, but this is going to be an offside call. And there you see Soderlund getting inspected by the trainer on the bench, favoring that left leg as he goes hard into the end boards. Don't get a good look at it from that angle. We'll see here. And not as bad as it initially looked. It looked like you've got maybe made contact with his chin along the edge of the boards where it meets the glass, but could have been much worse, of course, going awkwardly into the boards like that with your feet down underneath you. Can result in some pretty nasty injuries. As Johan Alm controlling, he'll play this one along the half boards, and now Skellefteå try to move it back the other way. That's center. This one will get fired in deep all the way around the boards. Pettersson can't control, back to the line. Johan Alm with the one-time attempt, looking for a tip out front, won't find it as it comes all the way back to center. Skellefteå reversing back into their own zone as Johan Alm can't send this one down the ice. Djurgården taking it back. Jonathan Davidson with the shot right on. And Johnny Ordio with the save as he'll hold on for the stoppage with 13:05 remaining here in the third frame. Face-off coming to the right of Ordio. Johansson, clean win back for Hultstrom. Hultstrom can't find the shot as it hits a stick. Hultstrom gets it back at the line, however. And now sending it back to the line, able to hold it in. Nice hold at the line as Hultstrom plays this down low for Riederwald. Riederwald for Allen behind the net, who gets dumped off the puck. Coming away with it though is Johansson, trying to reverse to the end boards. And now Cal Riederwald back. High slot shot right on. And Ordio with a great right pad save, making it look so casual and so easy, but that was a great save. Pontus Petterström drop pass as that puck gets away from him. Along the corner boards now, Hogström will play this to his captain as Riederwald will send this one cross ice into the offensive zone. Long shot right on, and Ordio with the save. He'll glove that one out of the air with 12:22 remaining here in the third period. 4-0. The score remains in favor of Skellefteå as Djurgården. Certainly time not on their side right now, but there's that beautiful right pad save by Ordio as Hogström lets one go. Face off in the neutral ice. Gloved out of the air there by Katic, who will play it over to Koska. Koska playing this one up the ice along the right side. Wingerly gets dumped by Alexander Falk as he'll poke it over to Pettersson behind the net. Now back the other way. Djurgården will try to work it into the neutral ice. Leung into the offensive zone now. Marcus Leung has that one poked to the corner. He's able to play it over to the far side, all the way around to the blue line, and now poked over the stick of Pettersson, who's forced to retreat into his own zone to collect. Pettersson now from behind his own net will look to start out. Lagesson controlling now to Pettersson. Pettersson's stretch pass up the ice, tipped into the Skellefteå zone as Ordi will sweep that to his defenseman Emil Hughes, who will play it out to the blue line, and Moller plays this to Lindholm. Lindholm lets the shot go, looking for Moller on the doorstep, who has two already, looking for his hat-trick goal. Johnson Fjallby now into the offensive zone. Drop pass for Lagesson. Lagesson to the high slot as that one gets dished into the corner by Hultstrom. Nicholas Bergfors will play this one down low for Strandberg. Strandberg trying to reverse back to the other side, and Lagesson pinching down to the half boards, now into the corner. William Lagesson controlling, back to the line. Hard shot, hits a body out front, they score! Axel Johnson Fjallby bangs home the rebound, and Djurgården has some life here in the third period. 11:07 to play, they're back within 3. As Axel Johnson Fjallby gets his 6th of the postseason. And Djurgården with a bit of life here in the third period. Initial shot from the line by Hultstrom. It's blocked out front, and not much Ordio can do against that one. But like I had mentioned, that's exactly the kind of opportunities Djurgården needs to beat Ordio. Bodies out front, deflections and rebounds. And as Djurgården work it back the other way, Johansson. Sharp angle attempt right onto Ordio, who gloves that one out of the air, easily holds on for the stoppage. That one hits Emil Hughes out front, and then Axel Johnson Fjallby, and then he just bangs that one home. Right place, right time. As the comeback attempt has started for Djurgården with just over 10 minutes to play. Clean win back for Hultstrom. Back to the line now, Hogström controlling that one off a hand out front, and now Skellefteå will work it back the other direction. Henrik Hedda will play this one in deep. Adam Pettersson coming away with it as he'll throw this one around the boards. Bouncing puck controlled now by Hogström behind his own net as he'll play this one to Johansson. Linus Johansson slowly out to neutral ice. He'll gain center and sends this one deep into the Skellefteå zone. Lindgren hard along the boards, centering pass out front, intercepted by Berglund as Skellefteå will work it back the other way. Playing this one off the boards into the offensive zone. Olofsson gets taken down by Hogström, and Hultstrom coming away with it now. Intercepted, however. Par Lindholm centering out front, intercepted by Djurgården, and worked back the other way. Gustav Posler into the offensive zone along the right side. He'll take a heavy check there. Taking off the puck as Lindholm will collect in the neutral ice. Taken back, however, by Marcus Davidson as he'll send this one to Pettersson. Pettersson A reverse to the opposite corner to Lagesson. Lagesson playing this one off the boards. Taken back, however, and now I'll have to work this one back in deep. Marcus Davidson coming away with it as he'll reverse behind the net. And now Poser carrying through the neutral ice. Poser into the offensive zone. Leaves there for Berg. Forrest trying to center it out front, but he can't. As Wingerly plays this back to the neutral ice. Now Axel Johnson-Fjallby playing this one into the offensive zone. This will be an icing call going against Djurgården with 9:21 to play here in the third period. 4-1 the score in favor of Skellefteå, as they are just over 9 minutes away from advancing to the SHL Championship. The face-off against the Växjö Lakers. Good turnout here inside Skellefteå Kraft Arena. 5,801 fans taking this one in an absolutely packed house. Face-off coming to the right of Riedeborn. One back into the corner, now slapped around the boards, out to neutral ice. Berglund able to control. Retreat back to center, but now turns back as this one is flipped deep into the Djurgården zone. Hultstrom coming away with it. As this one will be sent up to Johansson, or rather, Falk. Falk will stop up and play this one, looked like off the glass. And so we'll have a stoppage and a power break. We'll take a look now at some stats. And shots on goal. There you see 38 shots on goal for Djurgården, just one given up by Ordio. 37 save performance from Ordio so far in this one. Shots on goal for Skellefteå, 28. Missed shots 8-6 in favor of Djurgården. Hits 22-20 in favor of Skellefteå, as this has been a very physical game. Very physical series, in fact. Face-offs 29 apiece. 2 power play opportunities apiece, 3 power play shots apiece. However, Skellefteå with 100% power play and 100% penalty killing so far in this one. Excuse me. As Djurgården are back within 3. However, time not on their side at the moment, as they are up against an incredibly hot goaltender right now with less than 10 minutes to play in game number 6. And obviously a pretty happy crowd here in front in Skellefteå Kraft Arena, hoping to see their team next week in the SHL Finals, which, by the way, get underway on Tuesday night. And now Lund with the shot right on, and Ordio with a nice right pad save. As this one finds its way back to the line to Hogström, it gets tipped in, and Djurgården back within 2. That one takes a deflection out front, and Djurgården cut the lead in half. This game not over yet, folks. As Daniel Brodin redirects the Marcus Hogström shot from the line. What a beautiful deflection out front by Brodin as he chops at that puck on its way through. That one was going wide, but Daniel Brodin just absolutely smacking that one down to the ice. Not much Ordio can do against a deflection like that. Not like I had mentioned after that first goal, and I'll mention it again. Deflections, bodies out front, and rebounds. That's how you beat a goaltender like Johnny Ordio, and the 2 goals we've seen so far from Djurgården have been exactly that. Johansson can't control as Oscar Muller will look to work it back the other way. This one gets played deep into the Djurgården zone, and Nielsen comes away with it behind his own net. Tom Nielsen pulling this one to Lagesson. Lagesson back to Nielsen. Nielsen firing this one out to the neutral ice. As this one will get sent in deep, and now Ordio from behind his own net will play this one to the boards. As the lefty try to work it back the other way. And Djurgården sending this one up to Johnson-Fjallby. Axel Johnson-Fjallby with their shot right on. Big rebound out front. And that one is blocked before it was able to get to the net. The rebound, that is. Axel Johnson-Fjallby with the initial shot. Ordio with the left pad save. Big juicy rebound given up in the circle. But able to get the block shot. Or able to get the block on the shot, I should say, and that one is lifted up over the net. To the half boards, back to the line. Hogstrom will play this one in deep. Johnson Fjallby behind the net, leaves there for Bergfors. Bergfors taken down by Koska as he's forced into the corner. Now he'll play below the line for Leung. Leung, top of the circle, shot by Hogstrom. Bouncing puck doesn't find its way to the net. As the lefty try to work it back the other way. Emil Hughes at center. And now into the offensive zone is Par Lindholm, or rather Jimmy Eriksson. As Jimmy Eriksson trying to battle this one away from Holmstrom in the corner. Getting some help now from his captain, Pontus Petterstrom. As this one is pinned against the boards. Djurgården now taking it back. And Patrick Lund with a nice little move. Lund into the offensive zone. Sends this one into the corner. Stepping around his man as it's forced to the opposite corner now. As Djurgården playing with some renewed momentum in life here in the third period with 2 goals. Now Skellefteå back within a pair. And now Marcus Davidson through the neutral ice as that one tipped away from him. Hustling into the offensive zone, taken down as Skellefteå will play this back out to the neutral ice. Gustav Poser controlling in the neutral ice, or at least he tried to, as he'll send it back to his defenseman now as Alexander Falk will play this one over to Pettersson. Now back to Falk. Falk out to the neutral ice and no offside. That was close there, but Skellefteå play it back into the Djurgården end. Jonathan Davidson through the neutral ice into the offensive zone along the left side. Davidson from the corner will play this one behind the net. And now Johansson can't come away with it. That one doesn't find its way on target as it's carried back the other way. And Par Lindholm gets taken out hard along the boards there. Djurgården able to control behind their own net. Linus Johansson will play this back to his defenseman, Hogstrom, as Hogstrom will play this one over to Pettersson. Pettersson at center will fire this one in deep off the end boards. And now in the corner, Linus Johansson finds himself battling along the boards as this puck finds its way right out front. And Johnny Ordio jumps on that one to hold on for the stoppage with 5.5 minutes remaining here in the third period. Does Djurgården have more life in them here late in the frame? As this would be a comeback for the ages if they're able to find the back of the net a couple more times. And here we see the come from behind victory in game number 5, scoring a pair in the third period. However, scoring a pair and scoring 4 are much different things, of course. But Djurgården certainly playing well here in the third period. Playing like a desperate team on the brink of elimination, which is exactly what they are. And it's exactly how they should be playing. Marcus Leung taking the face-off. As this one finds its way all the way back into the Djurgården zone, and this is going to be an icing call going against Skellefteå, and so another face-off in the Skellefteå zone with 5:24. And this is the thing, down 2 goals, battling for your playoff lives. When do you pull the goaltender? That is such a tough question. That's such a tough decision for the head coach to make. But I wouldn't be surprised if they are not able to find the back of the net at least one more time within the next minute or so. I think we'll probably see Adam Riedeborn vacate his net just after the 4 minute, 3.5 to go minute mark. As that puck finds its way right to Riedeborn, and he'll hold on for a stoppage. But about 3.5 minutes left. I think that's my prediction for when Riedeborn heads to the bench. As long as Djurgården has some possession in the offensive zone, of course. Face-off coming to the right of Riedeborn. Tom Nielsen controlling in the corner. He'll play this one to Marcus Leung. Leung up to Lund. Patrick Lund will fire this one in. Ordio will scoop that one off the ice and hold on with the glove. .507 to play here in the third frame. 4-2 the score in favor of Skellefteå. Skellefteå able to control. Johan Alm will play this one around the boards. This one gets tipped all the way into the Djurgården zone. Hogstrom there to collect. Marcus Hogstrom turns away. And now we'll start back the other direction. Up along the left side, Cal Riederwald. That slap shot wide of the net all the way around. Johansson able to feed this one over to his captain. They'll leave there, however, for Hogstrom with the shot right on. Big rebound out front. And now Riedewald able to take it back. He centers out front, can't find the pass, however, as Riedewald still with possession. We'll play this one back to Hogstrom with the shot right on, big rebound out front. As the lefty will chop this one to the line and out to the neutral ice. As Hogstrom gives up the puck, and now back the other way is Sebastian Olsson. Olsson now behind the net controlling. We'll play this one down low for Linus Lindstrom off his skate now to the corner as Lindstrom will reverse all the way around the boards back to the line as Koska will slap it in deep. Hogstrom playing this one to Bergfors. Bergfors coming away with it now. Riedewald gives a glance to the bench. Bergfors into the offensive zone. Dishes this one over to the far corner, or far circle, I should say. That shot wide of the net now. Djurgården trying to get this one back along the half boards, and now this one will be sent the length of the ice. Not enough for icing, however, as Lagesson controls. There goes Riedewald to the bench with 3:45 to play here in the third period. 6 skaters on the ice for Djurgården, net empty as they try and battle back here in the third period. The lefty, of course, probably have other plans as this one finds its way all the way back into the Djurgården zone. Pettersson will hustle to catch up with it. Pettersson coming away with it. He'll be pestered behind the net there by Oscar Moeller as Moeller is able to turn it over. Par Lindholm with the shot at the empty net. That one goes wide. Patrick Lund playing this one to Marcus Leung. Leung through the neutral ice as that one gets taken away from him. And this one will get lifted out to center as Hogstrom comes away with it. Hogstrom gives it up to Lindholm. Shot at the empty net and he scores. Par Lindholm from center ice gives them the 5-2 lead with less than 3 to play. And so Djurgården with some life in this third period, scoring a pair, but I think that is going to do it. And it is a shame because Djurgården really putting up a good fight here in the third frame. Bit of an ill-advised pass there from Hogstrom as he had some time to move it out himself. Tried to hit the man in stride, but it was intercepted by Lindholm. And there you see the reaction on the Skellefteå bench. Riedewald back between his pipes as this puck carried by Djurgården back the other way. And there goes Riedewald to the bench, so we'll get another net empty situation here as Skellefteå will send this the length of the ice, just wide of the net. This is going to be an icing call going against Skellefteå with 2:41 to play here in the third period. As game not over yet. Djurgården down by 3, 2:41 to play. Net empty, 6 skaters on the ice, but Skellefteå so far with the net empty has done such a good job. Djurgården really hasn't been able to get much going with the net empty here late in the third period. Face-off coming to the right of Johnny Ordio. Back to the line. That shot finds its way off a body and deflects all the way back to neutral ice as Bergfors retreating back into his own end. Playing this one to Pettersson. Or rather Hultstrom. Hultstrom playing this one up along the boards. And now cross-ice pass intercepted by Skellefteå as this one will be lifted softly back into the Djurgården zone. And now played out to the neutral ice. Patrick Lund controlling. Lund will gain center now into the offensive zone. He'll tip that one deep into the corner as he runs his man hard into the boards. And now Skellefteå take it back the other way. Playing this one up to Sebastian Olsson at center. Clean look at the empty net and he'll find it. 6-2 for Skellefteå with just 2 minutes to play here in the third frame. As Skellefteå with a pair of empty net goals in this third period. Shut down Djurgården after they looked like they had some success at trying to mount a comeback after a pair of goals in this third frame. And had it happened, my goodness, what a comeback that would have been for Djurgården, but just not what has transpired, unfortunately, for Djurgården here in the third frame. Skellefteå in the neutral ice. We'll play this one off the boards and all the way back into the Djurgården zone. As Djurgården controlling from their own end. Lagesson will start back the other way, and I think Riedeborn will probably stay between his pipes for the remainder of the game as this one finds its way into the far corner. Jonathan Davidson to Marcus, centering out front. Johnson Fjallby plays that one wide. Bit of a fluttering puck along the ice. This one finds its way all the way back into the Djurgården end. And my goodness, look at the crowd here inside Skellefteå Kraft Arena. You can actually see it on the camera as everybody bouncing up and down is shaking this arena with 1:27 remaining here in the third frame. And he'll leave the puck line there as Wingerly controls. He'll send this one out to neutral ice. Into the offensive zone here is Soderlund. Tim Soderlund controlling now. Playing this one cross ice to his defenseman. Soderlund with the redirect. That one just wide. And now reversed behind the Djurgården net. Holmstrom controlling along his own end boards. And now cross ice pass up to Strandberg, has him into the offensive zone. Strandberg cutting down low, getting mixed up with the referee there as he gets taken out along the end boards. Now coming away with it in the corner is Nicholas Bergfors. Bergfors back to the line, can't settle the puck down as Djurgården will be forced to retreat into their own end. Bergfors controlling now. As this one is played back to Hogstrom. Hogstrom. And now Hogstrom up the ice. This one will get slapped in deep with 20 seconds to play. Berglund behind his own net. We'll play this to Jesper Olofsson. Olofsson through the neutral ice, and that's going to do it as Djurgården will just slap this down the ice. Right on target. 3 seconds remaining. Skellefteå moving on to the SHL Championship Series to face off against the Växjö Lakers. What a great performance from Skellefteå here this evening to finish off Djurgården as they pile off the bench and celebrate this victory. As we'll take a look now at some third period stats. Shots on goal, and there you see, you got to give it to Djurgården. 15 shots on goal, 2 goals found their way past Ordio as they looked like they were trying to complete the comeback with the net empty. Unfortunately, with the net empty, they really weren't able to get anything going. Missed shots 3-2 in favor of Skellefteå, hit 7-4 in favor of Djurgården, face-offs 12-11 in favor of Djurgården. Taking a look now at full game stats, and my goodness, Johnny Ordio with a 44 save performance in this one. As Djurgården, can't blame them for not getting enough shots on net, that's for sure. Shots on goal for Skellefteå 31, missed shots 10-8 in favor of Djurgården, hits 23-22 in favor of Djurgården, face-offs 35-34 in favor of Skellefteå, and so, well, all but shots on net and goals scored. That was a fairly evenly matched game as far as stats are concerned, but the scoreboard tells a different story, of course. 2 power play opportunities apiece, 3 power play shots apiece, 100% and a power play, and 100% penalty killing for Skellefteå.